Hi there, my name is Kindred Motes, and I am an alumnus of the Johnson intern program, which is now the Johnson Service Corps. I feel really privileged to be able to talk to you today. I have really fond memories of my servant leadership course and of the program itself, and I really hope that that is an experience that you're enjoying. Um, a little bit about me: my intern placement was with Central Park School for Children in downtown Durham, and I was in charge of planning the Strawberry Fitness Festival, which was a fundraiser for the school to provide a fine arts program. And I really enjoyed my time there, and stay in touch with some of the folks I got to work with. After that, I was really fortunate to go to grad school and study in international relations, and have since worked in human rights and social justice for several nonprofits, both in the UK and in the US, but most recently at the Vera Institute of Justice, where I focused on criminal justice reform, as well as before that at the Southern Poverty Law Center. And now I work for a nonprofit foundation based in Washington, DC, where we focus on work in the democracy and rights space, women's rights, and international development. So my time in Johnson definitely was truly instrumental in sort of reformulating and reshaping how I think about the world and how I think about my place in it. And when I was reflecting after Susan and Nancy were asking me to think about this for a video, I think the topic of scarcity and abundance really came up as a memorable portion of the programming for me. I think historically in my life, looking back, I have more often than not operated from a mindset of scarcity, and I think that has come up for me. It's come up for me a lot this year, as it may have for you too, and probably for a lot of people because of the negative impacts of the pandemic and the really scary things that are going on around us. You know, not only in the public health space, but in the political space and the world more broadly. Really, I think it's really easy to look at what's going on and worry that we don't have enough, that we aren't enough, that we're not doing enough, that things, are insufficient, and I think all of those things can be true in their own way. And so what I've been trying to do is to, I think in the past I thought of abundance as meaning, I don't have abundance until I have so much, whether that's things or time or capacity or resources, all of these things that we use to sort of connote what wealth or material possessions or an abundance of anything means. And I think my shift in thinking about the mindset of abundance has actually been, it's not that I have so much, it's that I have enough, or that I am enough, or that I am sufficient. And I think that is, to be honest, it's still hard to convince myself sometimes. But I think it's a healthier way of thinking about it, because there is always going to be someone or something or some entity that has more than you do. And I think particularly in the COVID-19 moment, we've seen how even people who have vast amounts of power, wealth, resources, influence, it's never going to be enough if that's what you're using to judge whether you are sufficient. Because we've seen, in the last 6 months, there has been a hoarding of resources from those who have so much, and a real lack or loss or theft of resources from people who don't. And so I'm trying to shift my own mindset from comparing myself to other people to comparing myself to myself. And it's I have enough. I have so much compared to what I had before in terms of emotional intelligence or empathy or ability to devote my own time, give of my time, volunteer. So I'm sure that you all are far more evolved in your own sort of personal spaces than I was at the time that I was taking this course. So this may not be useful, but it's something I'm just trying to ground myself in and remind myself of these days, because I think it's particularly important. So I hope you all are staying well. I hope you all are in a mindset of abundance. I hope you feel that you have enough and that you are enough. And I'm just really pleased to be able to speak to you today. So thank you for taking the time to listen.